And hello, YouTube. Should be live, both Twitch and YouTube now. Welcome, everyone, to the finals of the Center Tango. I haven't really casted much of this, if any of this, but it is sudden death, and I have enjoyed watching all the sudden death I've seen so far. 3v3 sudden death sounds like it will be hilarious. I've heard that GL was in it and enjoyed it. See, Fire's streaming. I don't know if he's going to be playing in this. I see Andy streaming. He's probably playing in this. And hello, Wasabi Harissa. How are you doing? Seems like the only English caster? We'll see. Dave's playing Pokemon. And I know Mem's on a vacation. It's the 4th of July, so T90's probably drunk right now. I'll probably see some messages from him later. Yeah, we have a mod chat where he posts his drunk messages occasionally. It's quite funny. Let's see, I don't know if we have a draft or anything. Or if we just wing it and go for it. I don't see a draft. Just ask Dave if he won't cast it. Well, I guess I'm the one casting it then. Oh, so Tato followed the stream 5 hours ago. Hello, Tato. Hey, HQ, how you doing? Been waiting for this final. I have too. I haven't seen, not that I've streamed any of it, but I've been excited for it. Oh, and at least we'll get some coverage for the event. I'm going to cover this event today, and then I'm going to finish the maps for Regicide Rumble. In fact, while I'm here, why don't I debug Pilgrims while we're waiting? Yeah, the lands probably just need a land position. That's what I'm looking at in this bug. Got some bugs on Pilgrims. You don't want your Pilgrims to be buggy. That's what I've learned in life. You guys want to see a really buggy Pilgrims map? I'll show you a really buggy Pilgrims map. Are you ready for this? I don't think you're ready for the level of bugs that this map is going to have. Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this? This is going to be Pilgrims. Oop, I have my Medieval Masters logo. Get that away. This is Pilgrims. You know how this is supposed to be like a heart-shaped mainland? Imagine Regicide Rumble and this was the map they played. There's like a little inland sea here. I gotta fix this. Thanks, D. Seemed to happen in the ES map too, so thanks, Ensemble. This is just the type of thing you get when you're map scripting. And hello, D68 or DDD. I always forget D. The A's, the 65, 66, 67, 68. Yes, the 68 is another D. I always forget your name, and then I think about what the number means, and I remind myself what your name is. I do the map scripting on stream. Well, you can do it while we wait for the drafts or for whatever this event is going to start to be. Let's see. I can bring my VS Code over here. I have a good hypothesis as to what the bug is. It is best of 7 according to what I've seen so far. I don't know how accurate that is, but best of 7, I don't see a lobby. Oh, I see Andy in a lobby. No, I won't do the map scripting on stream right now because I see Andy's in a lobby. Maybe if this is a quick finals and it's sudden death, I have no idea how long that takes. Then I'll do the map scripting afterwards. This is, I think, just going to be me adding 4 or 8 lines of code to a map script. I don't think this is going to be all that interesting. I think it's just the land position is not set, even though the borders are set. So sometimes the position spawns in a way that the lands get messed up. I know some people do like the map scripting streams, though. And hello, assumed identity on YouTube. Yep, half the butt disappeared. Don't want that to happen. And thank you, the Lockster, for becoming a YouTube member. Welcome to the Paladin tier. I forget what my tiers are, but thank you. I think that's on YouTube. So this is one of the great things about YouTube, compared to Twitch, is you can pick the tiers of your subs, and you're automatically on the 70-30 split. Like Twitch, I'm on the 60-40 now, unless we get 300 subs. That and like the primes and the gifties don't count. So yeah, on YouTube, I get a 70-30 split, and I can set the tiers. And I think I have Paladin, Cataphract, and Elite Cataphract from $1 to $5. So thank you very much for the support on YouTube. Also, let me know how my volume sounds, because I was told that I was a bit quiet the other day on the YouTube stream. So I just put a filter at the end of my audio processing and upped my gain by 5 decibels in OBS. And we'll see if that's good. Sound is fine, perfect. Hey Adam, I saw you doing a Black Forest video. And so with Regicide Rebel coming up, maybe I'll have some excuses to go promote your Regicide video again. That was a while ago, but that was a lot of fun putting those scenarios together. I actually had a music video idea for cartographers. Hardy wasn't able to come up with something for it, though. Panda, hello Panda. Why is overlay showing 2 viewers? Because it doesn't refresh immediately, and also we've been live for only 5 minutes, so we will get more viewers soon. Now this is on my to-do list, updating the overlay. Rounding people up is hard. But actually, I did have an idea for next time I do cartographers, if we could get a music video. Like I said, I sent the idea to Hardy. He didn't come up with anything. Maybe if you want to take a stab at it, I'll send you a message. I feel like that logo is not centered. I need to center it. Logo is giving me nightmares. Remind me when I get into the game that I'll need to put the logo up too. There you go, that's better. The volume is good. Hello, Jace Madison on YouTube. Oh, and you now have the crown. The #1 crown. I think the more you spam the chat on YouTube, you get a crown next to your name. How many minutes later? I don't know. See, now it says 79 viewers. How is my experience hosting cartographers? Not good at video? I'm actually just interested in the music. I can do the video myself. More about the music. Hosting cartographers, I'm not done hosting it yet, because I still need to cast the playoffs of the community events, and also make the payments to all the players. I'll tell you this. Over the past few days, I have made payments to players in, let's see, Serbia, Ukraine, Turkey, Germany, Vietnam, Brazil, Argentina, India, Sweden, Poland, the UK, Austria, Taiwan, Mexico, Japan, and France. And I still have more payments to make. I still have more players who need to submit their invoices. I already have John Slow already messaged me about he's hosting Sudden Disaster, and he asked me if I'd be able to help with the payments for that, because he said last time my bank almost killed me last time I had to do it. So this is probably the trickiest part of all the hosting. I think we have Nations Cup this year. Probably next year, because I know the 2023 crew wanted to do it in 2025, but then MEMB did one last year with the SACS funding. So I think the Nations Cup one, they don't want to do it every single year. So next year probably is they're looking for Nations Cup. Any potential automation I can build for it? It's the type of thing where every player has their own situation, and I need to look at a few options of like PayPal versus Wise transactions or just a direct Swift transfer to see what gets the lowest transfer fee. So it's maybe that is something that still could be automated, but it would take a good bit of thinking to automate it properly. I think next time I will maybe automate the invoice creation process instead of having people fill out an MS Word document. I had a couple of players, and it is difficult because not everyone speaks English fluently as their first language, but I had a from section of player information and a to section with my information, and they were right next to each other in a table, and the intention was that the players would fill out the from section with their information. Some players didn't pick up on that, and they thought the information I had written in the to section was just an example, so they replaced my information with their information and left the template untouched. So I need to have players patch up some invoices now and then. These things are really hard. That is completely fair for them too. I think crypto is the lowest fee. I don't believe Microsoft is involved, or it does the tournaments involved with crypto, and I have obligations for taking the money they give me and responsibly distributing it to the tournament participants. So I don't think crypto is going to be a possibility. So let's see. I see they're in the lobby on Frontline. Is there a draft or anything for this? Wait, what is... Oh no, I don't want to join the lobby. I was looking for a draft. I guess there's no draft. So I see Andy and Lewis against Kingstone and Miguel. I guess Dogao and one other player need to join. Yeah, it could be Fire or Goku or Leary or Memb for Onamaru. And M Strange, thank you very much for the sub. And we're actually very close to we've been hoovering just under 400 sub points. We're at 389 right now. The subs on the screen is just the sub number, not the sub points. Like tier 2 or 3 count more. Fire is off. If I'm the money orchestrator for MS to the players. And it is tricky, right? Because I also have my own donations that I'm putting to that I've raised and put into the prize pool. So it's not like it's only Microsoft money. It's a weird combination. Yeah, it looks like Lewis and Andy are streaming their point of views, and I guess Fire... Did you say Fire is off? Ah, Fire is off. Oh, Goku is on, though. Is Goku gonna play? Goku might play. Get my TC Tango logo set up on Capture Age. I can't set the best of in Capture Age for some reason. That's weird. Many countries liquidating crypto has up to 40% tax. I'm not an expert on crypto, so I can't really attest to that. It is definitely something other people have mentioned, and I mean, if players are willing to accept it, I personally don't have a reason not to do it, but does add another layer of complication to things. Also, now we have both a YouTube member and a Twitch sub at the start of the stream. Thank you both. The Lockster and M Strange. M Strange, oh yeah, this is 2 whole years of M Strange subbing. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate all the support. I had this experience on my resume. Multinational bank transaction orchestrator. Alright, so this is supposed to be 3v3. I see Dogao in the lobby. We're waiting for one more Onomaru player, I guess. Time flies. This is the last subscription you can keep up on Twitch, but it's good value. Oh, thank you, M Strange. And I know I go through and routinely edit my Twitch subs, but that's the thing. Oh, and Paul Viewer, thank you very much for using your sub, your Prime sub. I go through and a lot of the time though, because like now that I stream a lot and I'm well known, I just get gifted subs. So I don't even need to sub a lot of the time. If I just hang out in a chat, I usually get a gifty. But yeah, now with the subs, you can watch without ads on Twitch without needing to alt-tab over to YouTube during the ads. Need a team for a global esports event where my responsibilities were. But I'm thinking maybe next time I just this doesn't even need like a server attachment. I just make a forum on my website where players just enter like their name, their bank info, and then they click a button and they download a PDF of the invoice template and they can just send that to me. And that way there's no more of this editing my own information. So here's the question, who is going to be... Oh, it is Leary! It is indeed going to be Leary! Okay, the third Onomaru player will be Leary. Andy, Lewis, and Leary. Let's go. And Aaron's Green Valleys, thank you very much for the Prime sub. Thank you for using your Prime. You can get a tournament with low elo, mid elo, and high elo teaming up with each other. Each round, the teammates get randomly selected to their teams. If your team dies, you're eliminated. I don't know if random selection is going to be all that great because it makes scheduling really hard. And we have done events with mixed elos before like that. Years ago on the Escape Gaming stream, what was it? I think it was, what was it? Dash and Bean Dip who were the low elos. Gosh, those were the days. If they win, will it be the first tournament win for Onomaru, either 1v1 or team games? I believe so. Now that you mention it, I believe so. How's it that I haven't heard of this tournament ever? Just overload of tournaments. We've had Warlords, Cartographers, and Medieval Masters all back to back to back. And then also Heaven and Hell and Regicide Rumble. And this kind of all running. The finals for this have been delayed for quite a while. If you were paying attention to maybe Viper's stream with the GL players, they might have streamed their point of view earlier. They're knocked out. I don't know if anyone else is going to be around now for casting the finals, but it seems like a fun thing that I am excited to cover. Someday soon, I'm gonna redo my stream overlays. What's next? Woololo International? I have no idea what that is, Haranar. What do you mean, Woololo International? Do you mean the Red Bull Woololo? Like the Red Bull thing? I haven't heard anything about that in a while. Last one was last year in October. So it's a bit too close to the end of this year to, I think, announce one for this year, but... What's wrong with the overlays? Oh, nothing's wrong with them. I've had these overlays for about 2 years, and I think it's time that I do some updates to them. I know, I need to think about what to do with the background footage a bit. Yeah, I'm not going to get rid of the background footage. The thing is, the background footage was from the Terra Nova duos from like 2 years ago. And whenever I have the background footage there, I always get people asking, like, why is it slightly blurred? Because there are background scenes where I don't have anything in front of it. So I want to grab some new background footage and maybe do something else. The blurring is fine if there is, like, content in front of it. But, like, right now, I think sometimes people get confused. I'll get a comment like, oh, why is it so low resolution? So, just some small tweaks. It's going to be the same thing. Like, chat on the side, scoreboard at the top, gameplay footage in the background. It'll be the same thing, but so just some slight tweaks to it. I also want to do some more experimenting with the drafts and edit the CSS a bit, or have my own like overlays so I can display map images and not just the ones directly from the draft. But why do they play Medieval Master right after Warlords? It's almost the same tournament. I don't know. You'll have to ask Nilly about that, since he's the one who planned it and helped schedule everything. So here we are. Capture Age is up. And TC Tango, this will be the finals. This will be Frontline. And okay, I gotta update this real quick because, oh, and thank you HQ for the sub. That'll count for Partner Plus. This is Onamaru and Barbara Tacos. Alright, so immediately we have freaking Andy. He's freaking layman, and he's stealing the boar, and he has Vils Ford laming Ibexes. Well, that's the way to start the finals. This is sudden deaths. Get footage of good mangonel shots. Ooh, you see that? See, Danny, those are the ideas we need. I can maybe have people submit clips, or like maybe. Ooh, we can even do like a custom scenario contest and have people submit clips for the background. That could be fun. So right away, laming from Andy. He is the Goths on the flank. Kingstone is the Goths on the flank. Goths, Magyars, and Maya. How did they pick the civs? I have no idea. There's a handbook that I read the streaming requirements, and now I need to make sure that I put the logo in a spot that is not covering the score. Where is that spot? It's not covering the score. Oh, everyone's subbing. Thank you, Scribey, for the sub. Thanks for using your Prime. If I make it a tiny bit smaller so it doesn't take as much screen in the 4v4. Ah, there's the Medieval Masters logo under it, too. Like there. Or slightly to the side. There. Okay, oh, there's some counter laming. Ooh, look at that. The middle pocket, Leary, he's getting lamed. So it's Goth, Maya, Magyars. So Magyars are the super pocket, Goths are the flank. So is this like, you know how like usually you go like pocket or like archer scout? Is this just lame archer scout with another layer added in front? Like, do they play this like they have a super pocket that's an extra pocket, or a super flank that's extra flank and lamey? So far it's been lamey. And thank you, Cosmoyaha, for the follow. So, okay, Eagles fighting each other. Leary probably wants to garrison and heal at some point. That's a Vil for Andy that could die, but he wants to get the scout. Chasing after the scout there, everyone hitting each other's eagles. And both eagles die at the same time. Synchronized deaths. How did I have in around 2019 on YouTube? Around 1,000. That's 2019 would have been when DE came out. And that's when I did those voice acting comparison videos, and that's when I got to around 1,000. Then 2020 would have been where I hit 5K over the summer, and then I think 15K by the end of the year from the pacifist videos. come they don't want... Do they not one-shot a deer? That is a good question. Is there an ibex I can click on then? No, they're all lamed already. There we are. Oh, because the ibex doesn't have any armor classes. And so the bonus they have against hunt doesn't actually matter because there are no armor classes, maybe. Oh, also, well, Capture Age describes it as boar, not hunt, so maybe it's just against boar. I guess the deer don't count for their attack bonus. Walking encyclopedia. And thank you for Drayon for the follow on Twitch. Thank you. And forward barracks. And barracks for Andy. Kingstone milling his berries as he'll be taking the ibexes. Archers. Yeah, I wonder. I mean, could Lewis and Miguel get away with FC Knights here with how far away they are? Magyars will have that free +2 attack for the Knights? Play this like old school Voobly era, zone era pocket play? Could Leary as a pocket? FC Plumes? Probably not. Can you garrison one vill, shoot deer with TC, then ungarrison and shoot the deer? I don't think so, because the TC has 5 attack. And that should kill the deer. I'm gonna guess no. And get up to feudal. And, oh, let's see. Militia at the front for Andy. Some different walls for Kingstone and Andy at the front. Hello, why don't you say hi? And militia and scouts will be hacking away at that palisade wall. Double bit axe on the way from Miguel. And farm going up for Kingstone. A couple of farms going up. And he's going to be Dark Age farming. And Kingstone may be in a spot of trouble with all of his hunt having been lamed. If he has to fight, he might be stuck in the Dark Age. I guess we could say, oh, I'm not going to say the same for Andy. He's up to feudal. Kingstone is not clicked up yet. He's still pumping out more vills. I mean, is this a situation where if you're on the flank, you could actually FC and get away with it? Yeah, oh gosh, don't remind me of those AoE 1 animals. The great hunt scenario, we have to run past all of them at the start. Oh gosh, that was horrifying. Coincidence or tournament rule? I'm guessing tournament rule. So someone can check the handbook for us. So tower going up for Andy, also has men-at-arms as the Goths, and Kingstone is just going to wall this out as much as he can. We had a lot of laming at the start, and now Kingstone feeling the full force impact of that lame, as he will lose a vill, lose his berries, and have to wall up behind this. As the Goth men-at-arms, with all of their attack bonus against buildings, +3 against buildings, will make short work of that house. The house has 550 hit points on. Is that what it normally has in the Dark Age now? I guess it is. I'm thinking of the Palisade with 150. So Desperation Repairers, archers coming over from Dogao. So yeah, and this is played not as a super pocket, but as a super flank. It is lame, archer, scout. Those are the build order roles here. And remember, it is sudden death, so it's only one town center, one TC. If you get to the Castle Age, you can't build more TCs, and if you lose your TC, then you die. So Frontline puts this flank player in a very precarious situation, as they will be taking the brunt of the assault, the full frontal assault on the front line. So Men-at-Arms still out for Andy. Double bit axe and horse collar on the way. This is absolutely chaotic. Happy 4th on the actual day. Hello, Bailo. They picked. Oh, they picked. And they decided to pick the same civs. So they're just kind of deciding Magyars are the best scout civ, Maya the best archer civ, and Goth's the best lame civ. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me to see teams doing the same. But you might also look for maybe Franks as a pocket, Britons as a archer civ. I don't know, but it seems like things are going well for Onamaru so far. Now they have to contend with Leary and his archer micro. Archer's going down. Don't call Goths lame. No, I'm calling their victims lame. Archer's picking off the spears here for Dogao. If he can hit the spear, Lewis the micro. So it looks like Leary and Lewis will be going for a conjoined team wall. Walling up. Not going to go all the way to the edge of the map, just to the very back of the map. Guess it's easier for Lewis to reinforce walls if they're pressured in that case. And even Andy getting in on the walling action. So villain military count's actually very similar. Yes, Kingstone feels like he's pretty darn far behind Andy. Victim blaming. Is it always mirror matchup? I have no idea. This is the finals, but it's also the first I've casted of this tournament. We'll learn as we go, I guess. See, wait, I'm getting Discord pings. Let me see. Alright. Shot it. Or we could read the handbook on stream, too. Last time we did that, we gained 100 viewers. Oh, Scout's getting in through an overchop on the woodline. Miguel hitting Leary's woodline. Leary's going to lose 4 or 5 villagers there. He's going to lose all 5 vills. And not going to clean a single scout. Those scouts will continue on hoovering in his base. So finally some damage there. Good pickoffs from Miguel. He's not going to run in. He's going to stay around the outside. But great damage for him. Maybe he'll run back. And oh, he's in at the same time Leary tried to re-wall. Oh, he just baited Leary into re-walling. That's a 6th vill down. Leary. Oh, 7 vills down from an overchop. You don't see that from Leary all the time. But he has to spend a lot of time microing those archers on the front, too. Almost hello, Crab, and hello, Liquid Egg Product. Rulebook is the most novel content. I know no one's ever read one of them before. The skirm's hitting the house, archers running around. And scouts coming around. See if Miguel and Lewis end up fighting. Still a lot of spears there for Kingstone. So Kingstone able to go spear skirm. And Castle Age timing indeed will be a problem, as Andy of all people, Andy, after all that laming he did on the front, will be our first player to go up to the Castle Age. What's he going to do as the Goths now? What's he going to do as the Goths? He has resources, doesn't have stone for a castle. I'd love to see triple barracks longswords now. But I don't know if he's daring enough for that. X over here, double market walls on the way, keeping himself safe behind that house that'll soon be breached. Not much HP on the markets, though, and that could be a struggle, as Magyars are trying to break in. And Lou, 012, thank you for the follow. And McGoth CA, oh my gosh, you're right. Nah, it's Goth, it's double workshop scorpions, okay. It's not triple barracks longswords, but I'll accept a double workshop push. You can accept this. It's sudden death. It's he wants to mangonel the TC. You could triple barracks longsword the TC just as easily. Anyway, archers still hoovering around for Dogao. Everyone up on Barbatakos, and also Lewis up for Onamaru. So everyone up to the Castle Age at least. Vill count's actually a slight lead in Vill and military numbers for Barbatakos, just not going to have the Castle Age timing. And we'll have some Xing here from Leary, as the Goths on the flank cannot stone wall. Wait a minute, should players have picked a laming civ with the ability to stone wall on the flank? Would that have actually made more sense? crossbows are pushing in now. And the scouts are trying to get around on the houses. And farms will go down. Yeah, sudden death does explain no insta extra TCs. Also explains the insta scorpion. Scorpion time. Imagine Saracen crossbows here. Picking off the TC. So double mangonels and more scorpions there as Andy is hungry and looking for TC. Destroys his TC, takes Kingstone out of the game. He rams with long swords. Oh, that'd be nice. And Kingstone, what can he do here? He'll need to repair. Very expensive on the wood to repair. Are there sling rules in this tournament? Are players allowed to, say, sling wood to repair a TC? Is that allowed? That would be pretty important in a team game. And sudden death. Okay, that's a lot of mangonels. 5 mangonels for Andy. And Barbatako needs to pick them off. Defensive mangonel for Kingstone. And he needs to keep that mangonel repaired. Still 3 mangonels for Andy. Crossbows here for Leary. And his team's taking a bigger score lead now. Barbatako still has the Vil lead. And it still is pretty scary seeing Dogao on 51 Vils. Oh, but he would need very quickly to turn that into more crossbows. No slinging until at least one member of the same team is in Imperial Age. Okay. I mean, Andy had the better lames right at the start. Felt like that was the difference right from the beginning. And now repairs on the TC for Kingstone. Desperately trying to keep it alive. More mangonels. Hungry. Eating the TC. Defensive mangonel shot there. That's a weak mangonel still. No more wood for Kingstone with which to repair. He's got 21 on wood. Needs to repair. That TC almost down. The Vils desperate to keep it alive. Crossbows will start picking off the repair Vils. Not enough army to keep them away. The mangonel isn't there with the knights forward. A bit more HP on the TC. Andy repairing his mangonels, but the army numbers now dwindling again for Barbatako's. And some dead Vils on the TC. All Vils going down. Oh, more Vils going down. And then the TC will be destroyed. No more repairs. And no mercy shown from Onamaru. Gale army at the back? There's a tiny bit of army at the back, but nothing that can do anything. There are the GGs. And Onamaru with some nice laming from Andy take game number 1. That's 72 kills for Leary, only 13 kills for Kingstone. And you can look at the eco. You can just see right from the get-go how far behind Kingstone was, thanks to that early lame. Andy with the fastest castle age, and with the hunger to eat the TCs. Team games indeed. Let's see, swap the scoreboard. And Onamaru. No, apologies I don't have a draft overlay, I have no idea what the settings are. I'm just along for the ride. And hello, Iskandir and Sam K and Synchrotron on YouTube. Loser picks next map. Free civ pick, no repeat. No 3K civs. Okay, nice and simple. Nice and simple. No drafting involved. That's why there's no draft. Loser picks next map. Alright, so Barbatakos will pick the map, and it's free pick, no repeat of civs. So they both picked the same 3 civs there for frontline. And the Goths being at the front without stone walls is definitely a choice. As good as they are at laming. Let's see, are they in the next game? They're in the next lobby. Still have frontline selected, so they need to pick their next map. 3K saves from the newest DLC. Newest DLC. I wonder if they'd be allowed to ban them? I have no idea. Yeah, the touring started before the DLC, hence no new civs. I'd honestly kind of like to just do like a custom civ mod. Where we go back to the AOC civs, and then we be very judicious on what new civs get added. So we don't have like repeats like Burgundians when the Franks are already there. Or Sicilians when the Italians are already there. Keep more of the theme of umbrella civs with different aspects to their playstyle. And just kind of rebalance them. Be less extreme. Your team played your set against Onamaru on the release of the DLC. Well, seeing as Onamaru is in the finals, I'm afraid that we might be spoiled as to the result of the match. Just go full AOK. We could do that too. That'd be a fun thing someday. Full AOK balance with the Death Star TCs. And the Frank Paladins being OP. And the 0 frame delay Mangudai making a return. I'd watch that. I legit want to see that. Maybe I don't know if we can do a full tournament, but if we can get there's a mod like that. I feel like I've seen something like that. Maybe I can get a show match arranged for that. That could be cool. All tech, but you keep your civ bonuses. Is that even possible? Need a civ that combines crenellations and faster castle fire rate. Need a civ that combines crenellations and what was it? The Persians thing that gives them the gunpowder castles, citadels. And then just put it on a civ that has bracer. Now that would be fun. We gotta do more civ builder stuff too. Full tech tree and the editor keeps civ bonuses. Ooh. Alright, we are launching. And here we go. And it is Hamburger. Okay. Hamburger. And let me get this red versus blue on the top scoreboard there. Okay, so Koreans, Vikings, and Armenians for Onamaru against Armenians, Koreans, and Georgians for Barbatakos. Okay. Combine all the tower techs along with the AOK, or was it the African Kingdoms bonus where the Koreans built their towers faster. Combine that. And give them like Supremacy Vills with Inca blacksmith upgrades for building the towers too. Oh yeah. And thank you, Critics, for the follow. So, mule cart civs make sense for running back and forth along the wood line, and also for transporting to the outside. Koreans, super cheap war galleys, and potentially even, if you go for war galleys, a counter to Vikings going longboats. Viking longboats for Lewis could have been an option more against fire ship civs, but against the Koreans, war galleys should do just fine. Often in the Viking mirror, you do see just war galley instead of longboat, and the Koreans, I think, should do them even better than the Vikings do. The wood discount should matter more than the gold discount. And Koreans, of course, also a great tower civ for tower rushing the wood lines. But with all the mule carts we have, don't know how effective those tower rushes are going to be. Maybe Kingstone could do one against his Vikings opponent. Now, you can wall the outsides very easily, as Andy has done, and as Miguel and Lee also have done. On the version of Hamburger I use for cartographers, I made it so that the passage on the outside was a few tiles wide, so you actually had a bit more room to Vil fight, and it wasn't just whoever walks there first. This is, I think, just DE's standard version of Hamburger, so there are actually no hills anywhere on the map. No hills on the map. And also, there is a bit of awkwardness. Sometimes in the team games, you can get little pools of water in the middle, but here it's just a straight wood line. So, spawned pretty well this time. And looks like it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 relics if I look on the mini-map. They look fairly decently spread out. Infantry garrison on towers. So many bonuses we could stack. So X in the middle here. Let's see if Lewis... Oh, we'll see if anyone tries to go fast feudal for a tower. Everyone looks like they are... Yeah, everyone has a dock. So no one's going to skip the dock to go fast feudal. Are you supposed to use your Tatar high ground eco bonus to chop down trees in one hit? Ooh, can the Tatars actually do that? I know if you have an uphill oak forest tree with 30 hit points, it takes 3 chops to fall the tree instead of 2. Otherwise, I think you need Supremacy or Sappers, but maybe I think Incas with the Blacksmith upgrades and a hill bonus can fall trees in one hit too. So first player up will be Dogao as the Armenians. Good water civ too. I'm not quite sure how the Georgians do on water. We usually see them on hybrid maps quite a bit, but that is more just because of their fortified churches like on Kawasan where they can take the middle. And they can have a good Dark Age for the fire galleys. Let's see, they do have fully upgraded galleons. No shipwright though. No dry dock, and no elite cannon galleon. Alright, so lacking some techs on the water. Do trees... They do die from normal trap shots, yes. We're talking about villagers chopping trees. And the number of swings it takes. Let's see if we can find one. This guy needs to go... See, it takes 1 and 2 swings to fall a tree. It's a total of 15 damage per swing for the villagers, and they have 20 hit points, other than oak forest trees, which have 30. Oh, and JaMMiN, thank you very much for the sub. You get a ton of subs today. Thank you for the subs. So triple docks for Dogao, and he didn't even bother to wall. And he could just send a whole bunch of Vils forward and start Vil fighting him when he's already committed to the water. And he just delete that wall and go forward. See, Andy just about up himself. And he will have double docks, and double dock galleys, one thing he hasn't scouted is how many docks Dogao has now. And triple docks will be quite an investment on the water. As the Armenians, they will shoot that extra projectile too. And like, trees don't even have an armor class. They just take the base damage from villagers. They have 0 base armor. So, okay, Tower Rush. Tower Rush, that Lewis didn't finish his tower? He's 95%, just hit that with a hammer. Just sneeze on it and you'll finish it. Lost one Vil, but there he goes. And he'll get it up, but Vikings tower rushing the Koreans. Okay in feudal, not good if that becomes a guard tower. Sub for the map scripting? Oh, well, I hope you get some good map scripting projects out then. More towers going up for Kingstone. And the galleys here, Dogao, an expert at galley micro. Sailing among the docks, 3 docks for Andy. Andy has to fall back to defend his fish. And it's really crucial that the flanks hold so that they can keep the fish alive for the pockets. So this is galley wars while booming. While fish booming. And galleys hitting each other. These ones fended off. They have to go back. A blacksmith going up for Leary. And that immediately will lead to fletching. And tower rush over here. Tower some Kingstone. No one on the outside yet, aside from Lewis, who has transported out there. Gets the lumber camp out on the Bobab trees. And now he also will be committing galleys to the fight. Okay, discount on the Viking galleys. Won't have longboats until Castle Age. But I think in this Civ matchup, might even just want to go straight galleys anyway. Oh, some teamwork transporting. Let's see if the Vils can path on. Let's see if Nilly is smiling upon this team today. You can indeed transport the mule cart, yes. Bringing the Vils to the outside. And more towers shooting at each other on the inside. We'll have fletching on the way as well for Kingstone. And more houses going up for Dogao. So tower rush here. Kingstone pushing the Vils off of the wood line. And now Andy has to struggle a bit for wood. He's doing lumber camp on the outside, so now he'll be okay. It feels like maybe, just maybe, Barbatakos is winning the tower war. And in fact, Leary is not even engaging in it. Leary is just focusing on the water, and he's running his villagers with the mule cart along the wood line. He's not worried about the tower fight at all. He's just playing Armenian run away from the towers. On the outside, now it's Lewis who is bearing the brunt of the burden in the galley fight. As Kingstone, as the Koreans, has gone not for the water but for the towers in the middle. And it is now 3v2 on water for Onamaru. And he, although losing a lot of his galleys, and still as cheap as the Viking galleys are, the extra arrow for the Armenians will make them slightly better. There's lots of galley micro here on Hamburger. I have another tower going up there for Kingstone. And I think Kingstone actually has covered the entire wood line with towers. Yeah, there's no more space for Leary to run. He's done all the running he can do. Other than this one area right here. Everything is covered by a tower, so this entire middle covered mostly by Kingstone, also by one tower of Miguel. And Leary is going to have to transport now and get to the outside. You have some teamwork from Lewis on the transports. Barbatako's taking the score lead. We'll have Castle Age from one player in each team, Leary and Dogao, respectively. The Armenians player being the first one up on both sides. Even with all the effort they've put on the water. And now, this actually gets hard for Andy to wall off, as with the water control that Dogao has, Kingstone can place a stone gate, stone wall behind this, and then have free passage for his units to go back and forth. And oh no, the Vils, I don't know what were they doing out by the dock, but Andy lost them. 3 dead Vils. And the dock goes down. Armenians have the strongest galleys? I don't know if they have the strongest. I still think that late game Koreans have the best galleys just because of how cheap they are. but they do shoot one extra arrow. So they will do... I don't know how much damage that arrow does. I think it might only be 1 damage. It's mostly cosmetic. But it does indeed do a slight bit of damage. It's actually silly. When you upgrade them to War Galley, they're still shooting a galley arrow along with the War Galley bolt. So everyone up to castle now on Barbataka, or actually one more player who needs to go up. Kingstone still needs to go up. But the flanks both up. And now we have Leary doing War Galley, and Miguel will need to hold until War Galley comes in for him. Ooh, what's he gonna do? He gonna just try to sail forward and dive? Go for the fishing ships and the vills? Here's a War Galley, and now this is not a good fight for Miguel. He's picking off a couple of War Galleys. He doesn't have the numbers advantage anymore. There's some weak War Galleys in there, but overall, still more HP for Leary. And these galleys will go down. They'll go down. Everything gets cleaned up. And Andy... Well, Andy versus Kingstone. Maybe Kingstone getting some revenge, as Andy's down in Ville this time. They need Lewis to hold the water over here, but still it's only one player on each flank on the water for Barbatakas. And their pocket Kingstone has just had a free fish boom. Has not been harassed. He can do a market and he can go up pretty soon. Even add in a few farms. Water maps ruin the game. Galley Micro is one of those things that I feel like it's a lot more fun to play. But then you get to the point where you upgrade to War Galley and it's like, oh no, I can't micro anymore. Is open soon. Wood is open now. And Leary trying to hold the passage with his War Galleys. But not enough, as Miguel is through and he is doing a castle. He will castle drop the front of Leary's base. Get the castle right on Leary's face, and Leary will react with the defensive workshop. He tried to hold the passage with his War Galleys, but the Vills got through in time. They overchopped where he had walled. See that one stump there, where the tree was, and they got in. Saracens have the highest DPS. The Saracen galleons do shoot faster. Portuguese ones have more HP and armor. Bengali ones heal, so probably situationally some of those better than others. But usually, all in all, I'd say best late game water. The team game setup where you're pumping the galleons is Koreans. So still no War Galley upgrade from Miguel. Leary coming forward with his War Galleys, and now dominating the fish. And I'm still worried about how Barbatakos is not transported to the outside at all. They were trying to play maybe for a middle wood control game. But not quite winning the water. Leary staying afloat there. And now the longboats being added in from Lewis. Longboats and galleys, not even doing War Galley ballistics on the way. Oh yeah, that's true. You got #1 on the YouTube ladderboard. Ladderboard? A leaderboard. I still don't know how that happens. YouTube, I think it might just be a random number generator. So, Kingstone up to the Castle Age. Andy's still feudal. And maybe that's the downside of for this team. Andy's still feudal. And now they got some Monaspas in their economy because of this castle. Leary, and remember, it is sudden death. It is sudden death. So, Miguel, why is your castle not 2 more tiles forward where it hits the TC? 5 petards destroy a TC. Defensive mangonels here from Leary. 2 mangonels. Where are those vills going? Where are they going? And the mangonel push from Miguel will be focusing on Lewis's TC. Okay, well that will bring the defensive mangonels very far away. Oh, nice shot! Those vills do have loom. Monaspa should be able to protect the mangonel. Gets a hit. Ooh, even kills its own scout. And then some repairs can come in for Miguel. And oh gosh, Miguel's going to come in and hit Andy's TC, as Kingstone has a forward castle on Andy's TC. Now Lewis can do whatever he wants to win the water. That doesn't matter if your teammates have their TCs destroyed. This is still a feudal TC, and 5 petards will probably end the game here. On the other side, we are going to have a castle from Miguel right on top of Lewis's TC. That'll prevent anything Lewis might have wanted to do to help Andy. And War Wagons, Kingstone. No, do petards, it's sudden death. Destroy the TC. So triple castle drops almost on TCs. We need maybe Bodkin? This is like, oh, this more than one tile away, I fear. And, well, Leary's up to Imp. Is there a chance Leary goes Imp, does a castle and Trebs, and frees himself? Maybe there is, but I don't think he still saves his teammates. Okay, Kingstone. 3 petards at this point. And you got it. Bill's going down to the castle fire, into the war wagons. On Andy losing his TC. Kingstone getting revenge for all the laming Andy did in the previous game. And this TC is gonna go down. Not much life left in it. Repairs coming in. War wagons will pick the repair vills. All that pierce armor and HP they have. They won't care about that tower fire all that much. And that TC is soon to be a goner. More vills coming. Andy sending his entire village to repair. And Miguel gonna send mangonels over. Miguel could destroy the market with the mangonels and stop the wood buying ability. And no TC threatened on the other side. Ram push on the way. Bill's going to fight the Rams. They will just die to the castle. Imperial Age on the way for Leary. Onamaro still, just until a moment ago, had the score lead. No longer. Kind of feels helpless when your TC gets castle dropped, especially when you run out of vills. Only 16 vills left for Andy. All of them low on HP. Has to garrison to dodge. If ever fails the garrison, the vills die. That's a lot of dead vills. Down to 8 vills. And down it goes. There is the death of Andy. Leary up to Imp. And is Leary going to think I'm Imp and I can carry this? You don't have a castle. Oh, wait. Leary's back here. Oh gosh, Leary is going to think he's Imp and can carry it. With the water control, Leary has done a transport ship. And now he's in the back of this base with Trebs. And if he has Trebs, I mean, how do you stop the Trebs? He could destroy 1 TC, then destroy a second TC, and then just end up playing a 2v1 against Dogao. Okay, so these war wagons, they need to come and destroy this TC quickly. Okay, Leary with the sneak castle. His team might still be in the game. Monks could convert some war wagons. Monks could convert war wagons here. Kingstone losing some wagons. And there goes all this forward pressure. This TC can be repaired if it's just a castle, maybe? Another castle there from Kingstone, though. This will be a double castle drop on this TC. Can the mangonels one-shot the castle? No, they can't. They're going for the war wagons. Could maybe deny the castle, though. But we do have Trebs for Leary. It's a Treb that Miguel has not noticed. Miguel's not repairing anything. Miguel, what are you doing? Where are the repairs? Gotta keep your TC alive. You're being Treb down. Miguel has not noticed this, and Leary is going to do it. Leary will snipe off the TC. Miguel, there he notices, sending everyone, desperately trying to repair. But it was another Treb shot. Do it. The repair vill's there. Miguel sending the entire village, just barely keeping the TC alive. So Leary with the huge comeback needs to use his Treb, and no more wood for Miguel. Miguel is out of wood. Miguel is 0 vills on wood. Miguel selling stone like crazy so he can repair and buy wood. This is painful to watch. This is amazing to watch. Miguel is helpless. He's helpless there. He can't do anything. So Lewis also has been defeated. He couldn't finish his castle. But right now, Leary, he needs to defend his own TC. He needs to defend, but he's taking out 1 TC. That's a bunch of composite bowmen here to defend the Trebs. I don't think that... Well, he needs to convert a Vil so he can repair a Treb, but that's 3 TCs from Leary. Right on Kingstone's TC. Kingstone's TC will go down, Dogao at least is Imp, and then it's interesting if it's a 1v1 Dogao versus Leary, and that might be where the game is headed. That might be where the game is headed. Kingstone desperately trying to repair, has a rocket cart out. Maybe he could stop Trebs with the rocket cart? Composite bowmen aren't going to do too much damage to it, but the repairs are in on the Trebs, and this TC will, with this next Treb shot, go down, and now it's a 1v1 between Dogao and Leary. The rocket cart from the grave is still doing damage for Kingstone. all this because Miguel didn't put the castle close enough to Leary's TC, didn't go for the petards to snipe the TC, and now Dogao going to add in skirms from the archery range, and we have a 1v1. And what a comeback for Leary. And, well, he has the Trebs. He has 2 Trebs alive. And sometimes 2 Trebs are all you need. Composite bowman there to kill Vills. And right now, range units don't really destroy Trebs. Oh, Dogao thought about sending the Vills, but send them to their deaths. Yeah, 1v1 with a base race. As right now, it doesn't look like Dogao is forward. He does have a castle and can do Trebs soon. And now it's about Dogao's ability to repair. It doesn't have that much wood. 17 Vills on wood, though. He needs to keep those composite bowmen alive. He needs to keep his Trebs alive. He is working on the TC from Dogao. And thank you, Sir Neville's, for the follow. And the skirms do not have any armor, so the I guess that doesn't matter for composite bowmen. But composite bowmen are wrecking the skirms. Oh, look at that. The skirms are nothing compared to the composite bowmen. And now here come more Vills for Dogao. Desperate just to pick off the Trebs. He's sending everything. He takes his entire village to pick off the Trebs. He needs to keep the TC alive. One more volley will do it. He's out of wood for repairing. And there it is. Leary does it with the sneak castle. Snipes off all 3 TCs. He has no teammates left, but he pulls off the triple TC snipe. His team was dead. The castle was almost on his TC, but he does it with the sneak transport ship. Trebs OP, transports OP, never forget the transport. And that gives his team, from what would have been a tied series, a 2-0 lead. Leary. Man, that's not what you expect from Leary, right? You expect the meta, clean archer play. No, YOLO transport trebuchet snipes. Oh, there was nothing this team could do to stop it. Dogao went for the skirms against the composite bowmen, but skirms don't stop Trebs. Leary a massage after that carry. Oh, what do we have here for the KD? Oh, well, great KD for Dogao. His team definitely felt like they were in the better spot where that normal game, but it's not a normal game. So raisings and losses. 1 building lost for Dogao, but it was the only one that mattered. Dogao was probably still in a good spot. I mean, it would have been Armenians mirror 1v1, so Civs would have been the same. What did you just jump into? You jumped into Leary carrying. That was amazing. Yeah, the masterpiece achievement. Well, the 1v3 achievement. Sucks to be Miguel right now. Kingstone felt like he had gotten his revenge from being defeated in that first game, but not quite. And I'm glad I'm casting this. Oh, and the next map's going to be Canberra. Yes. Andy, I will tell you this. Andy messaged me before cartographers started, during the feedback for cartographers, and he said that he liked the map Canberra, but not for sudden death. And now he gets to play it on sudden death. haven't seen a carry like that since Sisyphus. I don't think I've seen that previous map was Hamburger. Hamburger's been around for a long time. That was one of those custom maps from the Voobly days that made it into HD, because I think it was made by the Prophet back in the day. And well, all players still in the lobby. Just gonna wait for them to launch. I'm sure they need to recover after whatever that game was. Also, it does look like Onamaru is streaming their point of view. It looks like Lewis and Andy are streaming, and also Goku is streaming. He's probably casting it. I'll make sure to go check out their point of views too. And again, shout out to JaMMiN for hosting the tournament. Let's see, there's no drafts or anything, so I don't know what they're doing other than they have camera selected. Remember watching a 4-hour Ring of Fire game on Hamburger with MBL, Hera, and a random dude? That's something. Hamburger? Or Shamburger? Ooh. Maybe the map should be called Shamburger, referencing that first track from the AoE 2 OST. GG, hello, Simple Jack. Alright, and here we are launching into the game. Get capture rate loaded in, and here we go. Had another tournament yesterday with Hera. That was the Medieval Masters. That is still going on, and that will be continuing tomorrow at 15 GMT. They'll have the semifinals and the finals on Sunday. This is a separate event. This is the Town Center Tango, hosted by JaMMiN, like I said. This is just its own little event for some sudden death actions and 3v3 sudden deaths. So, Onamaru up 2-0, we'll have freaking Andy as the Teutons on the flank, Leary as the Saracens with their archer attack against buildings bonus in the pocket, and then Lewis as the Bengalis on the other flank. For the other team, we will have Miguel as the Japanese on the flank, Dogao as the Vikings in the pocket, and Kingstone as the Teutons on the flank. Again, it is the loser picks the map, and it is, as far as the civs are concerned, it's hidden, no repeat, so they can't repeat a civ throughout the set. And I guess they can pick civs that the other team has picked too, because Onamaru picked Vikings last game, Dogao is able to pick them this game. Would I rather watch on Twitch or YouTube? Oh, whatever you prefer. Whatever you prefer. Makes no difference to me. I think usually the chat experience is a bit better on Twitch, but the video player is probably a bit better on YouTube. Guys, we don't see Byzantines. Byzantines are a great civ for this map too. The Dromans for the TC pressure and early imp. The Firers for winning the water. We'll have a dock going up for Dogao on the front. Or no, not for Dogao, for Miguel on the front. It was in front of Dogao's base, but for Miguel. And one big fish in the middle will have 30,000.2 food. So whatever normal food is on the fish, 200 something plus 30,000. Right there in the middle. Okay, yeah, I feel like Taser is everyone's favorite track, but maybe Hamburger is the most iconic of the in-game tracks. Everyone loves Taser, though. Taser's great. The TC gonna get some shots on the boar. Take it out, no problem. Teutons, double Teutons. Yes, Teutons for Kingstone and Teutons for Andy. Teutons against each other. So even the 8 villager tower war, no player gonna have an advantage. Also, there are some singleton deer in the middle, so players will be pushing them in every so often. Is a dock blockable? Yes, it is indeed dock blockable. So even if you lose the water, you can go for 2 docks to dock block your little river, your inlet, and prevent the enemy from quickly getting their ships down to harass your TC. Ooh, wait a minute, these rocks are bigger? Well, in other versions of Canberra I've seen, I think I've used the small rocks. These are the tall rocks. It does not matter at all, but that's a nice little touch that makes you feel more enclosed with the taller rocks on the outside. I like that. I probably won't use that in tournaments, because like with the small trees, I think it's good to have them small so they don't obscure things. Like if you're down here, on the odd chance they would obscure something, I mean, you never get to that point. But I like the tall rocks. Maybe I'll do that if I use this map again. Size always matters in your map scripting. I mean, stuff that's 1 tile off can be devastating. Like, look at this fishing ship. It's 1 tile off. It's 1 tile farther from Miguel and Dogao than it is from Leary. And spawning on the western side of the map, having advantages. That's true for a lot of maps, though. Some subtle 1 tile bugs between the left and the right side of the map. I'll have to make a video about that one day. Sometimes you have an advantage spawning on one side of the map or the other. Unplayable. Completely broken. Forgo the pathfinding changes to fix this. So more docks from Dogao. You also have to be careful if you do dock block that you don't prevent yourself from adding in more docks and getting more ships to the middle. So it looks like you also can dock at home. That is an option for the shorefish, but usually players dock the middle. Only Leary for Onamaru docking. Now, faster firing galleys for the Saracens will be nice, and he will be up fairly quickly. Andy up the fastest, though. Has the barracks, and going for the range. Well, Teuton's going for the archery range. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. 1 tile closer by 4 times fewer ships. Another dock for Dogao. He'll be going triple dock galleys. Leary will probably just be... Ooh, he's going galleys. Interesting. I thought he might have just gone demos to try to snipe off fishing ships. I guess hard with the Japanese there, though. Your demos don't destroy them. You'd only be picking off Dogao's ships. Shooting crossbows with the Saracens. Oh, that's true. With the Saracens bonus, they will do just fine. That's true. No thumb ring, but at least you'll have crossbow bodkin. And with farms, maybe a good eco for pumping them out. Is this sudden death? Yes, indeed. Sudden death. And hello, Spike Spiegel on YouTube. Let's get ranges to it so you can garrison castles with hand cannoneers. That too, that too. Garrison your castles, garrison your bombard towers. So galleys from Dogao as the Vikings. 1 fire galley as Miguel as the Japanese. Another fire galley on the way. And I think it's pretty safe to say that they have indeed won the water. Leary gonna do maybe 3 galleys and just try to snipe off fishing ships. already he lost his own. Like the piece at the start where they all seem to be friends. Last, that piece inevitably dissolves into bloodshed. Oh, there's Dogao picking off Leary's fishing ships. Gets one of them, and it is just a shorefish down there. Some more galleys for Leary. He does have 2 galleys. 2 more in the dock, so he will get up to 5. Doesn't have fletching, though. I mean, 5 galleys with fletching, maybe he could do something. Leary's micro. We got a 6th galley on the way joining up. Saracen, so they shoot faster. Needs to factor that into his micro. Or to use a watchful piece. Scout goes down for Kingstone. This is where it's hard to use the fires when there are so many galleys out. You maybe be aggressive and just try to push. Oh, this is where I'd love to see a demo from that dock from Louis, but I think he kind of missed the opportunity. And great micro from Dogao, picking off all the galleys from Leary. They go down. We have a blacksmith going up for Miguel. As more walls go up for Miguel, he's scared of those Saracen archers. Okay, well, Saracen archers going through a house. They will get through the house really quickly. Kingstone as the Teutons needs to be careful. Andy here with the... Oh! What if? Andy transport ships his archers forward and uses them to hit Dogao in the pocket while Dogao is still feudal. And they use the Saracen's bonus. And then... Maybe Lewis could do the same thing. They could double team Dogao as the pocket. And have enough crossbows there if they get the up timings that nothing could stop it. Or just get forward workshops. Okay, there's got to be something cooking. Yeah, he's going for the transport. And he has to be going for the pocket now. He's not going to transport through all those docks. That would just reveal what he's doing. And also maybe be suicide with the galleys hoovering around nearby. The Saracen's team bonus so much. Okay, Dogao, he's going to see this. He is full. Oh, that Japanese team bonus, extra line of sight on the galleys. Andy even deleted the transport. He tried to hide it, but the Japanese team bonus too strong. And now Dogao can react. And how can he react? I don't know, but he can react. If he actually did see it. I mean, maybe he wasn't paying attention. And he can do this in feudal. Houses up for Dogao. And those archers will get through that wall, that gate, like nothing. And some stone walls there for Dogao. The transport ship there. Orville's going down. Now these archers still can just hoover around, maybe force some houses down. 12 HP, they could just hit that foundation. And Castle Age on the way for Lewis, he'll be the first one up. And he'll then have crossbows ready to hoover here. So the range goes down, both flanks up. Appreciate that I'm zoomed in. Usually I'm so zoomed out it's hard to watch. People tell me I'm too zoomed in, other people tell me I'm too zoomed out. I'm never going to be able to please everyone with different screen sizes. If only we could have Capture Age output different streams for the resolution of the device on which the user was watching. So So archers here picking off the skirms, and they're gonna pick vills on that gold. No doubt about that. This is gonna be a massacre. All the archers just going for the vills. The tower goes up. Not gonna camp the base with the skirms nearby, but that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at least vills down. And Onamaru's starting to take a score lead because of that. On the other side, forward workshop here from Leary, and he is going to push in along with Andy. However, there are now galleys in the middle that will be nearing Andy's TC. Randomized, sometimes zoomed in, sometimes zoomed out. That might be how to go about it. So Dogao and Andy both up to castle. Xing in the middle does feel like Barbatakos has taken the fishing lead at least. And we'll see if they can translate that into actual land army. As the Minganel push continues, but as the Teutons, Kingstone can go for a very good guard tower defense, or even just a watchtower defense. He wants to put more vills inside. So War Galley here for Dogao will be quite annoying for Leary. Andy will just do the tower. No one with a castle yet, but I mean, Andy is wide open for the transport ship Petard option. Why is it named Town Center Tango? Because it is sudden death. You start with 1 TC, you cannot build anymore, and if your TC is destroyed, you are defeated. And okay. Oh, there we are. Where'd those vills come from? Is there a transport? There is a transport. Yeah, yes. Transport in the middle. And it will be castle time. This time the castle will range Andy's TC. Okay. At the same time, Mangonel push coming in on the right against Miguel. Miguel up to castle. And how's Miguel defend this? Ships here to help defend Kingstone. So I'm not going to let a landing happen. And knights on the front even to stop this push. Answers your question? Nice. Oh, and the vills are going. Is it better to have the vills in the castle or in the TC? I don't know. Maybe they could vill fight the repair vills? The war galleys are there from the pond too. Longboats are there. Longboats can rip TCs to shred. There are the petards. I think you want to group up like 4 or 5 petards, do them all at once. Don't just trickle them in. Trickle petards, worse than trickle trebs. We see the TCs all the way up. But 15 on wood. 15 on wood. I think he might be repairing with too many vills and needs more on wood. That's one thing always you gotta remember. You have to repair. And you need to gather wood. So on the other side, Lewis getting pretty overzealous in getting his crossbows under the TC to pick repair vills, but only 3 vills inside. And what is Miguel gonna do? Miguel probably needs to send everyone to fight this? Where are these vills going? There's nowhere for them to go. Oh, and this could be a dead TC for Miguel, but also a dead TC for Andy, so this might become a 2v2. We'll have a defensive castle for Dogao. And repair is still on the way from Miguel. Lewis running his crossbows into the TC fire. He will lose almost all of them. Only 3 left. Reinforcements on the way. 15 vills in the TC as the TC takes some shots. Takes some mangonel rocks. And now Andy feeling the wood situation. Desperately trying to repair the TC. And now also at the front, though, that is a lot of mangonels from Leary. 7 mangonels. Leary wants to eat TCs. Okay, I feel like Kingstone kind of on the brink of defeat too. Mangonel's going for the market. Okay, over here, this TC still being mangonel down, and here Andy, his TC finally does succumb to the castle and the longboats and the water pressure. So Andy is down, Andy's down. Onamaru finally maybe gets a lead, but at the same time, this is going to be really tricky as two of their players are under pressure. Although longboats will hit the TC from Lewis. Lewis needs to realize that and repair it at some point. So desperate mangonel defense from Miguel. Has to take the crossbows as they split. That's one. So, oh yeah, so Dogao is everywhere with longboats and ships. So now Onamaru is on a timer that they need to push. And Dogao's trying to do the castle, but the TC for Miguel goes down. The TC for Miguel goes down. So it's a 2v2 where Dogao has water control. And Lewis can pad his score lead by mangoneling villas. He's just going to go for the tower, though, and try to pull that out of the way. So get the tower out of the way. Meanwhile, defensive castle here from Lewis. He's looking to castle up the front of his TC to stop the longboats. Lots of war galleys and longboats, though, on the TC from Leary. Leary, I think, doing the same thing. 17 on wood, only one repair vill. You don't need repair vills. You don't need an overabundance of wood. You just need just enough wood. So castle up for Dogao. That'll protect Kingstone from the mangonel push of Leary. Leary's TC, though, he needs to send more vills to repair it. Leary, you have vills that can repair this. Don't lose your TC to longboats like this, Leary. What are you paying attention to? You're not to your TC. Leary, you're so close. One mangonel isn't going to keep this away. And Leary, down it goes. Loses his TC. And now it is all on Lewis. The words I'm sure Onamaru wants to hear. It all comes down to Lewis. Or can Leary destroy a TC while he's dead? Not with that many berserks. But okay, that was close. Can 4 mangonels to the back of Kingstone's base. Almost defeated a player while he himself was defeated. That would have to be a new achievement. Defeat someone while you're defeated. There's the GG from Lewis. He's not going to be able to win this himself, and that ties, or it doesn't tie it up. It gives now Barbatakos a point on the scoreboard, as they're down 1 point to Onamaru's 2 points. Best eco for Dogao. Okay, these games are exhausting. So, Sudden Death Canberra. I don't know why Andy doesn't like the map. The map is amazing. Maybe just because he foreshadowed that he'd lose on it. Anyway, I'm going to refill my water real quick between the games. Make sure we have the scoreboard updated. And I will be right back. Ooh, alright. Have they launched? Did I miss anything? Nope, they're in the lobby. Good. Namaste. Hello, in Green Heaven. This tournament has been so fun. This entire tournament, all of 3 games I've casted have been amazing. And Big Beats are best. And Aquil AoE, thank you for the follows. And what a cool tournament. Why I haven't heard anything about it earlier. Are there more castings? This is the first I've casted of it. I think some other people may have casted it. I think if you look on Viper's YouTube channel, he probably has some games that he's played on it. It's a smaller tournament, so it's not one of those like World's Edge nilly ones. There's just been so many tournaments going on, it's hard to cover everything. Love the background and music. Thank you. Strange why Leary didn't repair. He was microing 8 mangonels. It's hard. It's hard. I think it made 3v3s more watchable, knowing there's only 1 TC each, and forcing a focal point. Game 1 didn't have everything all over, for example. Just one important battle. Yeah, game 1 was also a bit different. Right? Yeah, Dave's probably casted a few. You might have to look at his Twitch VODs, though. I don't know if he uploads them to YouTube. And Dave's very judicious with his YouTube uploads. Yeah. It's pretty cool. Thanks for streaming it. Well, thanks for watching it. Okay, in addition to refilling my water, I also grabbed a muffin. And thank you, Shudluk, for the follow. You lose 1 monthly. But we will be having Sudden Disaster later this year. A John Slow tournament. So if you like sudden death, we will have more sudden death in the future. Fun to see different game modes. It's fun to see it's fun to see the sudden death because it's over a lot quicker. We don't have these long drawn out small map fortress games like we've been seeing in Medieval Masters. It's a nice thrill and change to things. What was the worst map for sudden death? I have no idea. I feel like all maps can be sudden deathed. Michi. Yeah, if you got a 1 TC boom until you can honor your cut, that might be rough. Well, Nomad's actually really interesting. Since, did they launch? Did DE load? Oh, DE didn't load in. Why didn't you load in DE? Oh, because they didn't launch. They're in the lobby again, okay. The Nomad maps, you place your TC, and then it has to stay there the whole game. So it's a really important decision where you place that TC. Oh my gosh, Houseboat. That would be the absolute best and worst map for sudden death. Ooh, the map will be Menindee. Okay. I've casted a lot of this for 4v4s. I haven't seen it myself in a 3v3. Like sudden death nomad in 3v3 where you erased a castle dropped. I mean, that's often what nomad is like, as you say. Often is. Houseboat should always be sudden death to preserve the integrity of the map's purpose. Maybe. Random Aztecs versus Spanish on nomad. Well, that's every map's gonna have rough civ matchups, right? You could random like Goths versus Mayans on Arena, where the Goths just win. Yeah, I don't know what's taking him so long in the lobby. So maybe I gotta open up Lewis's stream and just see what's going on there. They're in the lobby, waiting for Kingstone to ready up, I guess. And Lewis, so where's Dogao? Dogao needs to get back. The map they have selected is Kawasan. No, it's not Mendi anymore, it's Kawasan. I've never seen that in a team game. Okay, waiting for Dogao to get back. Hello, Glencairn. How are you doing? I've seen the viewer numbers grow recently. Thank you. I've enjoyed seeing that too. I'll also very much enjoy seeing Dogao successfully make it into the lobby. Takes forever to start a game, yep. Voice-based music equals ASMR. That's what people tell me. What I'm told is that people listen to T90 to sleep, but it doesn't work because he occasionally wakes them up. So they come to me because I don't wake them up. Is Dogao in the convo of top 10 best team game players? Well, like currently or of all time? Because he's been a team game player for a long time, and he's been a good team game player for a long time. Him and Miguel. They've won a Nations Cup as Brazil, if I recall, so definitely in the all-time conversation. Where he is right now, I don't know, but obviously he's done pretty well in tournaments recently with this one, and then... What was the one T90 casted a while ago? They lost to that Dark Age Sling, but finished second in the tournament. Where, again, that was a second place finish for them, which is pretty good. Was that the 3v3 World Cup? Carto Silver? No, the guy was in gold. I mean, Miguel and Kingston were the ones who lost to T90 in silver. Any Hyper Random tournament? There will be Masters of Hyper Random 3. It's on the tournament calendar. I forget exactly when it is, so that's coming up. And hello, LC River. Hello, Orbcast. And okay, they have launched. Yes, they've launched. The map will be Sudden Death Kawasan. And both teams have picked Dravidians, Persians, and Italians. Oh boy. Take your favorite fire galleys in a small pond sieve. Persian pocket, Dravidian, Italian flanks. I hope you're ready for Kawasan. And here we go. If it loads, all these 4v4 maps take so long to load. Need more mid-elo tournaments? Well, that's why I did the Silver League for Carto. And there are lots of mid-elo tournaments, but they're harder to find because they're not displayed as prominently on Liquipedia. They have notability requirements, so you can't just check Wikipedia for the mid-elo ones. So anyway, the map is Kawasan. I've seen this so many times in a 1v1 that I've never seen it in a team game. And there are pools between every pair of players on the same team on the enemy team. The flanks could be aggressive and both dock forward to fight for the water, or they can be defensive and dock in the back. Might have to share with the pocket, but could get a nice and safe fish boom. And then go for the middle where all the relics are in the middle. This is DE's Kawasan. And it seems very chaotic. Yes, 7 relics right in the middle. This is an Empire Wars 2v2 tournament. It probably was. Maybe it was in one of Lidicor's tournaments a while ago. I did the maps for those, but I completely forget what happened with the maps. Always play the lattice plus high energy commercials when you're in bed. Hey, that's why I turn the ads off on my YouTube as much as I possibly can. I don't want you shocked by an extra volume. Oh, speaking of which, how is the volume today? As I did increase the just the gain in OBS for the microphone. I was looking at the video and I thought that it might have been like a tad quiet compared to other ones. I looked at the stats for the nerds in the audio settings. It was like -11, so I figured I could up it a bit. Higher than usual. That's what it should be. Hopefully that's a good thing. As no one commented on that until I pointed it out. So that sounds like it was a change that was unnoticed for the most part. Maybe it's a good thing. So where will the docks be? Will they be forward for Kingstone? The answer is yes, he will dock forward. And then for Dogao, the answer also is yes, he will dock forward. For Leary, the answer is also yes, he will dock forward. And then also for Lewis, he will dock forward. So everyone forward docks will have lots of fire galleys in the ponds. Good morning. Hello, Soxy. And what was that Xing back here? That was Labor. Or didn't kill a Vil, did it? That's just ground decoration. That's not a Vil dying, right? I'm gonna say it's not a Vil dying. It's probably just a goose. Silly little goose. Notice here, but it's not hard to turn the volume slider up or down. Well, it is hard to adjust it compared to everyone else, and that's the hard thing. Getting your volume working compared with everyone else. It's good today, easy to hear. Alright. It's a deer bot. Oh, you know what? That was an ibex horn. An ibex horn that decayed. That's what that was. Alright, so we're just gonna see fire galleys and the pockets will boom. I guess the question for the pocket on this map is, could you even dare go for a fast castle? I mean, even if you go scouts, your flanks are gonna be fighting on water, so how much are scouts actually gonna help? Versus just maybe fast castling and focusing on the middle more. This is the most mirrory of mirrors. It is. It's, again, the set, it's a best of 7, free pick, no repeats. And the free pick for Kawasan was the same triple of hybrid map civs for both teams. Same Persian pocket player position, too. Custom condottieri. Ooh. Does Woot Steel for the Dravidians apply to condottieri? Infantry and cav attacks ignore armor. So if the Dravidians potentially were to get Woot Steel condottieri, that would be really insane, right? Okay. I mean, that's something to cook. So gold being taken from Kingstone. First one up will be Dogao. He'll be as the Cyan Pocket. Or no, as the Cyan Flank. Sorry, as the Cyan Flank. So I still can't get over the days when 3v3 was the low colors as the flanks and the high colors as the pockets. And not the outside colors as flanks and middle colors as pockets. I still think that was actually the better system, and DE shouldn't have changed it. Okay, walls going up for Kingstone keeps his Vil safe. Yeah, no Cyan Pocket anymore. At least on 3v3, you need a 4v4 for those Cyan Pockets. So, Doc going up here for Leary. Get a bit of HP on that wall, and then start pumping the fire galleys. You know what I realized? I was going to, sorry, capture age is going to go black for a moment. Or actually, no, it won't, no, it won't. And just the volume. I'm not hearing game sound, or potentially having game sound in the microphone. Alright. Random adjustment made. And, okay, Leary's going to lose the dock Vil. With the fire coming over, that Vil will have to run away from the palisade. And, ooh, Leary could even lose the scout. He wanted to save the Vil, but sacrificed the scout to do so, and he's going to have to run away. Alright, more fishing ships going down to fires. And we're repairing a fishing ship. That's true, you have to get Imp to get Condottieri, but I mean, Italians with a cheaper Imp may be a civ that will actually get there. If you're asking for a team bonus, though, another player would have to get Imp. So I guess this is the pockets double dock both pawns and just free fish boom. And the flanks fight over water. It looks like Lewis winning water easily over here so far against Kingstone. Italians versus Dravidians on one side, Italians versus Dravidians on the other two. A slight uptiming advantage probably for the Italians, but Dravidians have that easier time with all that extra wood going 3 docks. And that's exactly what we're seeing here from Leary, is it might just be Onamaru winning both waters, although it is 3 docks also from Kingstone, just not on the water the same way that Leary is. Must have lost some early fights. I have an X over here. Some scouts from Miguel. They start hoovering. This is maybe the answer to what damage can scouts do, as Kingstone has to wall up. And Andy wants to just run out with the scouts now. Run away with them. Flammenwerfer werfs Flammen. Oh, fire ships do indeed or fire galleys do indeed do what the name implies. They shoot fire. And demo there from Kingstone, that does what the name implies. That blows up and takes out a fishing ship with it. And, I mean, great job from Lewis to win this water. 2 docks to 3. And land transition now, but feels like it's going to be a land transition pretty late after having lost water. And, ooh, someone's Xing a back villager here from Kingstone who's going for a dock. And they will see the dock. They need to react to it, though, as Leary is continuing to wall up. No one reacting to that Vil. Very low on HP, but we'll get the dock up nevertheless. Like the pond maps. At least they may be a bit more interesting in team games than 1v1s. We see a lot of pond maps in 1v1s recently. There's Lewis claiming this pond. Yeah, with a sick fish. How many? He has 13. No, that's Andy. Oh, 22 fishing ships from Miguel. 22 fishing ships from Miguel. Oh, he's docked both sides of both of the ponds, or both sides of one pond. And starting even to get fish traps added in. Okay, Miguel, really fish booming. Much more than Andy is, and Andy's also known as the Black Forest player. You'd maybe expect some fish booming from him. Oh, I guess that's because of the disruption. Kingstone got a dock forward. And now, on the wood line, here is Miguel getting his scouts on Andy's Vils. Spear comes over. It's a nice poke. And maybe my one fear for Onamaru is that Miguel's too far ahead. Although at the same time, Andy, he's getting some counter damage in. He might have Titanicked his wood line, but Miguel just Hindenburged his wood line. As the scouts massacre a few Vils back here. And Andy up to the Castle Age, so despite the bigger fish boom, Miguel not going to have the same Castle Age timing that Andy does. He needs to clean up a few scouts. Miguel will kill all. Soxia's Faiths. Why isn't JaMMiN streaming? I don't know. I don't know what JaMMiN's schedule is. I usually see JaMMiN streaming if I'm like up in the middle of the night. So there is Castle for Miguel. And he is going to have an insane boom with those fishing ships as the pocket. We'll need to transition to fish traps. But mid to late castle, he's going to be able to spam knights and camels. And he only 5 fishing ships left. Those forward docks from Kingstone have been so devastating just having that Vil back there. A chat confident Miguel's going to carry. His bloodline's on the way. There will be demos in those docks. Up and goes for the fishing ships. Down they go. And what happens to players as they go castle? Now, Italians, Dravidians, still good archer civs. Persians, a good flank civ. I mean, a good pocket civ. And eventually, you do want to take the berries in the middle. Oh, these archers just coming back. Not gonna find much damage. And Legatus Damocles, thank you for the follow. These two docks have been so annoying. Everything in the back from Kingstone here to annoy Andy. And Miguel still with the biggest boom. +2 armor for the cav. Light cav on the way. Let's see what the light cav can do. Also, we're at just about 800 viewers. So hope you all are enjoying. Again, make sure to go check out JaMMiN's channel. I linked him in the description on YouTube and in the Twitch title. He is the host of the event. You think Kingstone's just dead? Well, he did lose the water, that's for sure. And oh, look at that! Finally, we have some counter sneak docks. Lewis getting 2 docks and some fires on the way. Miguel not reacting to this. And Miguel, this is where he'd add fish traps. That's 6 fish traps at 600 wood invested. And fire galleys on the way. We'll see if he gets fire ship added in. And those 2 docks will go down, no problem. Crossbow's still looking for sneaks in the back, but they're not going to find anything. Lewis with a huge play. He's going to disrupt Miguel's fishing ships now. And Kira 04R. Thank you for the follow. And there go the fish traps. There go all the fishing ships. And there goes some of that eco lead Miguel had. As a team, Onomaro taking a Vill lead. In terms of villagers, it's 43 to 40 in favor of freaking Andy. Now we just gotta... With a transport ship somewhere? Anyway, over here we have crossbows. Leary defending. Nogal's a big crossbow army, and all the fish traps are down. All the fish traps are down. Crossbow's coming over from Drogal. Maybe we could hit the pond a bit, but not as much fish there from Leary. He's already fished it out mostly. So the back of everyone's base has been cleared. Camels from Andy. Camels versus knights from the pocket. And this is also going to depend on the crossbow numbers. Camels a bit easier to use when the crossbows are not there. Scout gets picked off. Crossbows take out the knights. Knights have to dance to run away. Hard to help both sides if you're the pocket in the 3v3. That's always the decision. Which side do you help? The 46 vills to 44, 15 fishing ships to 15. And Andy's evened up that eco discrepancy despite all of that pressure that was on his base early on. In the middle, he is grabbing relics, and he is going to grab 7 relics. All 7 relics are in the middle, and Andy is laying claim to all of them. 7 relics, that'll be an insane eco boost. Oh, that's gonna feel so good for him. And now he's just gonna be able to pump as the pocket. Persians with fish and relics. That's living the Persian dream. And Lewis still here with the crossbows on the side, trying to pick off the knights. Fires will be there, though, to defend. Oop, archers going down. And knights will go down, too. Miguel definitely can't take this fight. Not with the fires there. Great job with the crossbows from Lewis, luring the knights into the fires. And he'll take that fight. On the other side, Leary under a bit of pressure. Maybe more knights here from Miguel than from Andy. And well, maybe it's up to Lewis to carry, but Leary, Andy could be in pressure. See, there's an X over here. Oh, another dock from Lewis. And he's just taking out the fish from Miguel. Miguel's no more fish after this. Trying to get fire galleys out, feudal age fire galleys. Oh, but there's a demo from Andy. How did Andy get a dock here too? They both got docks there. Fire is taking out all the fishing ships. Yeah, Lewis is playing great this game. On the other side, crossbow knights get in. Is that enough knights to jump a town center? Is that enough knights to jump a town center? Andy needs his army back. Leary might need to come back. This team says it is. This is a Persian town center, though. Lots of extra hit points on it. Andy has maybe a bit of time to react. Okay. So Persian TC helping Andy here. In the back, we have a bunch of crossbows from Lewis now dancing against Kingstone. What is this dance? What are these young people doing? The tiger is doing damage. That's the threatening part. The tiger, look at him go. Tiger's hungry. Crossbow's finally gonna get annoyed and pick him off. Oh, 4 HP. What is this micro from Lewis? Keeping that alive. And then Imp on the way. Imp first for Lewis and then for Dogao. Okay, so Mangonel's coming over with crossbows. Leary has to now defend the pocket, but that will mean he doesn't have army at home. Now there's going to be a quick wall, quick market, a market from Andy. And this army now is trapped. The Mangonels are going to come over. And will they get a shot on the crossbows? The knights are coming forward. The Mangonels, they hit the crossbows. That was a nice shot. That was as good a shot as he could have hoped for. And now 34 crossbows to 21. And Leary will clean this. Leary getting multiple shots off with the crossbows. The trap from Andy was just what they needed in all of this army. That was maybe getting close to sniping a TC if this was a civ other than Persians. Is cleaned up. And also, Dogao lost all of that army right before the Imperial Age. He's not going to have the upgrades applied to it. Leary is. Well, Leary, I guess, does need to go up. But man, this is now a good score lead for Onamaru. Still 7 relics for Andy. Let's see, castle going up there from Lewis. Don't think Kingstone will be able to deny it. A workshop there from Kingstone. It should be denied by the knight. And the knights come over and jump to crossbows. Well, maybe overzealously pursuing under towers. Chemistry on the way for Lewis. I don't think those gates will keep him out for long. As maybe go through one more wall, then you hit the TC. On the other side, that dock's still there. And workshop denied, just nothing but a... Okay, so castle there from... Yeah, castle there from Lewis, okay. Wait, getting my blue and my purple mixed up when they're next to each other on the flank. The Arbalest in for Lewis. Mangonel on the way. The Mangonel even get a shot off here. No, not against Arbs. And more knights running in. Although there is some pressure. There is now from Dogao Arbalest pressure on Leary's TC. And Leary needs to realize Arbalest and Imp actually do a good job of destroying Castle Age TCs. Leary, they're the repairers. He's bringing his own crossbows back. Might have to sacrifice some numbers here just to fight. Dogao, while he's an age down, bringing the Mangonel over, but Arbs, if they see the Mangonel, will pick it off without issue. Look at that, look at that, look at that micro. Yeah, good thing, well, good thing for him there's no Saracen's team bonus here. Okay, here comes some more crossbows and some knights. All Castle Age though, and that's gonna be a double workshop forward for Dogao as he's gonna do everything he can. Everything he can to push Leary. His team's down, but he still smells blood in the water. But he needs to make the workshops. He's losing the vills on the workshops. And Leary with crossbows is a beast. Alright, coming forward, the Vill goes down, and the workshops are denied. So there goes the pressure that might have been on his TC, and he's up to Imp. And Barbataco is going to call the GG, as they're just too far behind, and Onamaru goes up 3-1. Winning their home map of Kawasan. And nothing too special there, about as standard as you can play it. 34k res collected for Andy, whose fish were not disrupted as much as Miguel's, maybe? Well, he was just able to spend more time on gold, right? You can see Miguel with better fishing to like there. Killing with fish booms. Larry's such a nerd with that micro. That he is, and we love him for it. Eco damage on Miguel was clutch. I mean, those moments where they were trading the scouts and it felt like Andy still was coming out on top were definitely good for Onamaru. Okay, they are in the lobby this time. We'll see what map they pick next. And again, thank you all very much for tuning in. Lovely to have you all here. And hope you're enjoying some nice Age of Empires casting. Killing the fish. I mean, disrupting fish is the key to those hybrid maps for the most part, especially if you have pockets with safe ponds. You need to find a way to keep those ponds safe. Alright, I did just open my window, so let me know if you hear any background noise. I don't think you will, but there's always a chance. Okay, still in the lobby. It looks like Mendy will be the map. I'll explain what Mendy is when we get into it, because I haven't seen it for a 3v3. I've only casted it on 4v4s before. I'll need to give myself a refresher on it too. If you saw me casting those Australia matches at like 5 AM my time, and then we casted a lot of Mendy. I am your background noise. Hello, crash test dummy. Oh well, we have over 800 people watching, so I hope you enjoy. I'm glad we're able to get some viewership for the finals. I mean, Leary's the big hero. Leary played amazing in that game number 2. They basically played a 1v3. Those Treb snipes, oh, that was amazing. And I'm still shaking from those Treb snipes from Larry. Alright, players are rechecking their lobbies around. I see Kingstone swapping over. Still, I think, waiting for Dogao. Dogao is there. Apparently, there are different versions of Mendi. There's TCT2, which is, I presume, the one they're supposed to use, and then WDC2. So maybe changing the host around until I find someone who has it. And again, just waiting for Dogao to join the lobby. They are indeed on the TCT2 version. There's Dogao. And now hopefully they launch. And again, shout out to Andy and Lewis who are streaming their point of view. If you want to see a POV stream, maybe listening on the voice calls, they are streaming as well. Now it's time for me to open the Lewis stream again, just to check on the lobby status. Up, they're transferring the map. Oh no. The wonders of map transfer. He has to leave and rejoin the lobby to try to restart the transfer. Oh, I know that pain. And as I studied math and I work as a programmer. Oh, Lewis. Oh, Lewis, no. He leaves. He rejoins. He gets the map instantly on the transfer, but he goes AFK waiting for the transfer. Okay, he gets it. I need player cam so I can cast the lobbies. Okay, they are launching. Lovely. Enjoyed math when you studied civil engineering? I always encourage everyone that they should study category 3. It is good for your soul. At some point in your life, you should study it. Failed to download match content. DE, don't do this to me. I'm waiting long enough for this match to start. Don't fail to download no content. Alright, loading in. And once more onto the breach, dear viewers. We had a Spectralight. Okay, we had a Spectralight, so we didn't miss anything. We're good. Everything okay. So with a 3-1 lead in the best of 7, Onimaru is going to look to close this out. And as someone mentioned, this might be the first Onimaru tournament victory. 1v1 or team game. So I have no idea how Andy, Lewis, and Leary will play together. But it seems to be working out well for them so far. Okay, we're loading into the game. Thanks, DE. And here we go. And let me update the scoreboard to be red versus blue. So, game number 5 on Menindi. To the southwest, we shall have Kingstone as the Lithuanians, Dogao as the Huns, and Miguel as the Bohemians. To the northeast, we will have Andy as the Lithuanians, Lewis as the Spanish, and Leary as the Japanese. So you kind of have this set up so that you have one kind of flank civ, one side civ, and then one back civ. Yeah, unlike the 4v4s, you're not directly across from each other. So a bit more distance to run in Vil fight, but it still is a Vil fight. Lithuanians for freaking Andy, so he can send all the Vils right from the start. He has plus 100 food on the TC, so he can keep the TC running. And he can try to win the fight here against Kingstone. Both these players surely have loomed by now. Yes, they do. There are a few deep fish in the middle, so it can behoove you to construct a mill there and fish from them. So Andy getting greedy, going for the weak Vil. Gets the Vil, loses scout HP, and he'll lose his own Vil in turn. So greed breaking even there. And all the other players have their scouts on the way now too. Also in the middle there is a single pond that one player can dock with one deep fish. And then you can do fish traps there. One deep fish. And well, still we get started right away as the Vil fight continues. More HP definitely for Andy. I'm just gonna look at the idle TC time real quick. Just now starting to click up for both of them. But okay, and then both of them idling the TC at the same time. Yep. Scouts hitting each other on the side. And look at that aggressive mill. The two mills will be kissing each other. Blue and red, as both players will be fishing. Peacefully fishing, not Vil fighting. I think more Vils here for Kingstone now. Actually, no, it's just about as even as the Vils could be. 230 to 240 hit points among 8 villagers. Or 7 to 6 villagers. Or no, more Vils in the back. 7 to 7. So scout goes down. More Vils still running around. Pacifist Menindi? I don't know if the mills maybe. I feel like Andy just has the advantage in the Vil fight slightly. And you usually expect that from him with all of his Black Forest experience. Now, from what I've seen, you'll go one player archers and one player scouts on this map. I suppose there might also be an argument made for fast castling. With how far apart you are from everything, and especially if you're Spanish from Lewis in the really far back area. Maybe go FC Conks. And now we fish, now we fight. What does the T stand for? That is my name. Pacifist Menindi. Menindi is the name of this map. If everyone knows where or what a Menindi is, that'd be good to know. I've seen the map a couple times, but I've never actually learned what the name means. Lewis needs to pick that Vil, and he does. Lovely. And he still continues being as annoying as he can be. And Feudal Age is on the way for Leary, who has the Japanese could dock the outside pawns with docks and go deep fish. As there are pawns here, no fish in them. There's no fish in them in this version, but you can very easily just dock them and get a fish boom. Run out of room in the middle. I love FC conks. Who doesn't? They're victims, I guess. So, I don't even describe this Vil fight. It's just players, they send Vils and they fight. And Andy is 120 idle TC, Kingstone 143. Andy is winning both in the KD and by having less idle time. Hill's running back, and well, Feudal Age on the way. There'll be time for the rest of the teams to contribute soon. Andy, careful of the TC fire, he is. And Ville's running back across the map, more Ville's coming forward. It's a town in Australia, okay. There's Leary up to Feudal, and what is he going to do? He is immediately doing an archery range. The Japanese archers with the fishing boats on the dock. Just map script a name and name it after your hometown? You can. Especially depending on the size of your hometown. Sometimes it's Australia, so the map makes sense. Hey, my name is Travis. So we go up to the Feudal Age. He's up now 2. We'll see stable. Yep, stable from him. Kind of around the side. In your home state and you've never heard of it. And oh wait, where's this board going? What's this happening in the Feudal Age? Is this a Feudal Age board lore? What? Okay, so Vil trying to get the house up. Does not manage to de-aggro the boar though. Vil just running circles around there. Skirm and Archer coming forward. They could just shoot it and lame it. And, well, there it goes. Alright. Let's see Onamaru's tweet, their victory tweet. Haven't they done some epic tweets too? Their Twitters were really working hard. Oh, there's 2 mills still there. No food next to them. I don't know if you can farm on top of this terrain. Maybe you can, but they're just chilling there like, got nothing to do. The wall's going up for Dogao around the outside, trying to keep himself safe. These are the Huns, so I wonder if you'll have knights or cav archers. Gaming's probably just stay Kembo into Hussite wagons. Hill's coming back, and so far it feels like there hasn't really been much of a real skirmish on the outside yet. This map can go incredibly late. We've looked at the middle. On the outside, there is a bit of river that runs up and down, but then you can go to the outside for wood. Lots of golds and stones in your back, too. Now, part of the map is also about finding ways to get raids into the back. And hello, Acro. Yeah, Acro still playing in the Cartographers Community Leagues. We casted his set the other day. Oops, scout goes down. But more scouts come in. Low HP Vils, but it'll make it back to the TC. What was that pathing? The scouts didn't attack anything. Yeah, you also have Canberra as your map. The resources back to the resources, yes. Okay, and the walls are deleted, and where is Kingstone going? In the Dark Age? With all those villagers? Is he gonna douche? Gonna douche Leary from an age difference? That's not gonna happen. Where's he going? I mean, this is his base. It's safe here. It's not like he has to run. He just wants to run. Oh, that's true. You can't douche. It's sudden death. That's true. What's he doing with these vills? He's just forward in the Dark Age. And then, well, there's a castle from Lewis. And, okay, he wanted to support the castle drop here on Leary. Does that castle hit the TC? Not without fletching. We saw this happen in an earlier game where Miguel wasn't able to get the castle drop he wanted. So Kingstone is here just to escort these vills so they can actually finish this. So Miguel is there, but he needs to do fletching. He needs to do it more than even Slam needed to do fletching all those years ago. Now this castle from Lewis definitely hits the TC, no doubt about that. This one doesn't apply the pressure he needs to, but it'll be Petards and Siege. Petards and Siege for Miguel as Barbatacos take the score lead of a defensive watchtower from Leary. Remember, he is just Japanese, so no real bonus there. And there we go, there is fletching. Now the castle hits the TC. Not kidding, Vills. And the tower goes up. Okay, and well, where are the Petards? 3 Petards. So 3 Petards will destroy this TC. Miguel, he is not repaired. Lewis will ungarrison and defeat Miguel right there. They're defending his TC, doing double towers. No ram yet, but 5 Petards destroys the TC. Okay, so you have to be careful here. Here come Vills from Kingstone. 4 Petards. He's gonna go for 4. Some repairs on the way. And ooh, maybe the repair is actually being just in the nick of time. As here come the Petards. There is the gate. That's 1. He needs to repair. He loses the TC. Leary is defeated. At the same time, Miguel also is defeated. Petards at the same time from both players. And now it is a 2v2. Now it is a 2v2. Leary tried to get the gate in time, couldn't, lost a bunch of vills. At the same time, repairs were not enough. And now conquistadors from Lewis are going to start hoovering around in here. Well, that's maybe a bigger eco loss for Onamaru, as that's all the fishing ships that went down. It is sudden death, yes. Now that's why people were saying you couldn't douche earlier. Don't try to douche on sudden death. It is not a good idea. Okay, what was that? 2 players insta defeated. Oh, 1 for 1 a second right after each other. Castle Age just about finished for Dogao. Freaking Andy still stuck in the Feudal Age. Kingstone's still in the Dark Age. But Dogao still ahead. Is this just Huns are Huns, and this is Huns being not just Huns, but having a fish boom? Cav Archers, once you get enough of them, should be okay against Conks. Yeah, so Miguel, I mean, the clutch thing for Miguel is that he actually, if he had been defeated like 10 seconds earlier, he would not have been able to send the Petards because he would have been defeated. like Lewis, I think actually made a huge mistake waiting for those Petards. If he had just defeated Miguel, they'd have been okay. The Conquistador is still here, hoovering around in the back. Feels like there are enough cav archers here to keep them away, though. So, well, I keep looking at that castle and thinking something's got to come next, but that's just me being distracted. So, Dark Age and Castle Age versus 2 players in Castle Age. Surely the player in the Dark Age. Man, those conks are everywhere, though. And Andy with workshops and scorpions and mangonels. Andy's hungry. Andy wants to eat Kingstone's TC. Yeah, you cannot delete your own TC. Well, maybe you can, but this is a horrible idea because you then get defeated. I do not recommend it. So downhill is the mangonel, so less damage on the TC. At least I think that's downhill. So 13 cav archers to 6 conquistadors. Oh, that's a good number of cav archers there for Dogao. Nice double kill. And the mangonel's there. I mean, 3 mangonels, can you stop that if you're in the Dark Age? Cav archers are there, but a mangonel and a scorpion are there. Okay, at the other side, Dogao just booming away as the Hun's enjoying his fish boom. Man, it is so weird seeing Leary defeated. So Conch's there, Cav Archers in the rear. As Cav Archers cannot engage this. That's where I think the Hun player might need Knights and or Tarkans. I mean, you know, still going for the Dark Age TC of Kingstone. And if Kingstone's defeated, this is over, right? Because then it's 2v1. 4 mangonels. Conquistadors. Scorpions hitting the Cav Archers. Oh, nice hit from the mangonel. And they sling, they cannot, they cannot. So now it's a desperation move for Kingstone to repair. So Kingstone, again, Dark Age, no market. He needs his own wood. He cannot accept sling. Okay, Knights coming forward. All the walls deleted. Scorpions there. Can the Scorpions stop the Knights? Nice shots on the Cav Archers. And all the Knights go down. That is still 3 alive mangonels. More Scorpions and mangonels on the way. Andy just needs to really go for the TC. Lewis is able to boom behind this pretty well. Dogao with a nice boom, but not able to apply any pressure himself. He's still playing so reactively. Dogao slightly pushed this back. Mangonels getting lots. Ooh. He just dove right into that shot. So some Knights picking off the Scorpions. Is Dogao doing this? Is this team putting so much into this push that Dogao can defend? Dogao slows that mangonel there. Kingstone still is 36 vills in the Tool Age. Okay, that's a couple of dead Cav Archers. Dead mangonel though. More vills forward for Kingstone. Oh, that TC, that poor TC from Kingstone. Why is he still Dark Age? He was vill fighting so much. He sent the vills forward to get this castle up. He sent the vills to the side to stop this castle, but did not stop that castle. Yeah, he got wrecked and lamed hard in the beginning. Okay, they need Conchs to go forward and hit that mangonel rather than using their own mangonels. And it goes. Alright, so still waiting for the ram. Still Scorpion mangonel push on this TC. Conchs can maybe hoover in and pick off vills. Meanwhile, on this side, there's a tiny bit of green there. Cav Archers disrupting some fishing ships. Maybe they gotta be careful there aren't any petards that come from Dogao from this direction. defensive tower on the fish already. But here, this is the main point. There's no sneaky treb snipe on any of the other TCs other than that forward castle. So right here, this is it. Killing here easy to juke the score. Well, I mean, back here, there are some cav archers. They're hoovering a bit. Still, a Spanish economy is going to be pretty good. He doesn't have the castle for the petards. You need to go siege to take out a TC, and he doesn't have any siege either. Oh man, Kingstone. Oh, the Vils going down. He's still 35. Okay, Vils going down. Conversions coming in. Scorpions dealing with cav archers. And Mangonel to deal with the Scorpions. Cav archers and conks trading shots. Some knights here from Andy. And I mean, great job from Dogao to defend this. Essentially 1v2. A huge score lead as the Huns. Are Huns Huns? Can he do this? I mean, does Andy just need 4 rams to go for the TC all at once? The Scorpion's fending the cav archers away, but not as much the knights. Still nothing to really deal with the knights. Need their monks forward. The knight goes down. This Dark Age TC is held for so long. Oh man, it doesn't feel good to be relying on a Dark Age TC, I gotta say. But Kongs can go pick Vils. The fewer Vils, the fewer repair Vils. Maybe just sacrificing Kongs for that will work out. Will this TC go down? Just might. Is this the push? Is this the push? The Mangonels? And slowly but surely it's dying. The repair Vils, they can't repair. The knights are hitting the repair Vils. And it will go down. So close. And oh, Mangonel hits more Vils. And down it goes. So Mangonel's trading shots on the side, but now Dogao, he's not going to try to go 1v2. He will call the GG, and Onamaru will win 4-1. 96 kills for Dogao, 11 for Miguel. Instantly Miguel and Larry take each other out of the game. Or taken out of the game, but oh man, Dogao gave it a run. Kingstone did in a echo of that first game, trapped in the Dark Age. GG. See, Lewis clicked stream together on me. I don't know if he was trying to raid me or something. He messaged me on Discord. So once again, this tournament was hosted by JaMMiN. JaMMiN AoE. Go check him out on Twitch. Let me update my scoreboard one last time. So that's 4-1 in favor of Onamaru. Congrats to them. Congrats to Onamaru for winning a team game tournament. Do games on the map usually go down like this? I've never seen it played sudden death before, so that probably is unusual. And again, let me just give JaMMiN another shout out. Go drop a follow to JaMMiN. And thank you all for jamming along with us for this stream today. We hit like 900 viewers there for the final. That was great. So I appreciate everyone stopping by and watching the stream. Notifications on Twitch. missed another handbook. you did Captain Cadaver, as in I read the handbook myself before the stream. Ooh, so that'll be it for me for as far as today is concerned. But thank you all for joining us. I appreciate having you here, and we gotta raid someone. To where do we want to send the raid? Maybe we can send a raid over to Lewis. Yeah, I'll send a raid over to Lewis. So if you're on YouTube, ending the stream there. Thank you all for watching on YouTube, and I'll see you guys later on Twitch.